Out of Darkness is a gritty horror survival film that is set 45,000 years in the past that features a group of people who try to survive in a forest from an evil monster. So let's talk about Out of Darkness. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be talking about Out of Darkness. So for most people, they probably never heard of this film. For me, the only reason why I've heard of this movie is because this trailer played while I was watching other films. And when I watched the trailer, it was interesting enough for me to check it out, and after checking it out, my initial thoughts will be that this movie was definitely a unique experience. It wasn't the best film that I've ever seen, but it definitely provided something I've never seen, and there's a lot of moments that I truly enjoyed. Starting with the things that I enjoyed, Out of Darkness has a great concept slash idea. This is what truly intrigued me to watch this film, and while watching it, I enjoyed what this movie was offering. This film is set 45,000 years in the past. It has a lot of Viking-esque environmental situations that it's involved with, and it has a group of characters who are traveling from point A to point B, and within their travel, they find this evil monster that they have to defend themselves from. So this idea has a bunch of thrilling and horror survival-esque ideas that I found truly extraordinary. Another thing that I enjoyed about this film would be its unique aesthetic. The main highlight I had would be its cinematography. This film is shot brilliantly, and every shot is fantastic. This movie does a good job in highlighting each environment these characters go through, whether it be out in the open or deep in the forest. Every single shot is revolved around these characters, and it truly makes this experience feel like you're isolated with these characters. When they're in the forest and there's darkness everywhere, you truly feel like you're also in that situation and you have no idea what's going to happen. So I think they did a great job in capturing the suspense and intenseness within the cinematography, but they also showed how beautiful this world can be at the same time. Another aesthetic that I enjoyed would be the costume design. So this film set 45,000 years in the past, so you expect these characters to look different from the new movies that are coming out. And the way that this costume design and the environment building that this film has definitely make these characters feel like they're from 45,000 years in the past. They act like they belong in that time period, while they also look like they belong in that time period. The last aesthetic that I liked would be the language this film has. So this movie is not in English, it's in its own language that was used in the past, which the language is called Tola. And at first I thought that was a unique spin on things, and going into it, I didn't know how it was going to be executed, but I did enjoy it. With this new language that I've never seen, definitely felt like a unique experience. Here are the things that I disliked. So Out of Darkness has multiple times to where it's executing its concept well, and for the most part, everything this movie has to offer, I enjoyed. But there's time to where this film follows its story, and there's certain moments in regards to certain characters that I just couldn't get behind and didn't understand. Where this film has character decisions that make really no sense. They're there for shock value, and for me, while watching it, I just simply had no idea why they would do certain things to certain characters, either really early on or deep in the film. This film doesn't take its time to explain what they're doing with certain characters, and there's no reward at the end. I can only count on one plot that they were focusing on that is explained at all, and the other stuff is just there to be a mystery to the audience. So there's multiple times to where I can enjoy what this film's having to offer, but there's other times to where I'm just sitting there scratching my head. Another thing that I disliked would be this film's execution in regards to the genre of survival horror. So this film definitely promotes it in its trailer, and while watching the trailer, I was truly terrified and was really looking forward to how they would execute it in the film. There's multiple times where this film does have suspenseful and thrilling moments, but there's never a moment to where I felt scared, nor I felt the horror was present in this film. When this movie is promoting a very high horror survival plot, I was expecting something more, but once certain things are revealed, I truly think that horror survival plot point fell through the floor big time, even though it has multiple thrilling and suspenseful moments, I felt more suspense than I did scared. The last thing that I'll add for Out of Darkness will be more of a disappointment than a dislike. So I'll be talking about the reveal of the monster slash villain that is in this film. So for the most part, when I go into a survival horror or go into a horror or slasher film, I really hope that the reveal of the monster or slasher is good. And when I watched the trailer for Out of Darkness, I was hoping that the filmmakers were going to knock this reveal out of the park. And unfortunately for me, I was disappointed in what they do because they technically have two reveals for this monster. They, one, show what this monster looks like, and two, reveal what this monster actually is. And so for me, when I saw what this monster looked like, I thought it was really creepy, but it was too basic for me to truly enjoy and be scared of. There's not a lot of times where it showcases exactly what this monster looks like, and when they reveal what the monster actually is, it was a huge disappointment, and it ruined certain things that happened in the beginning of the film because it's just simply not believable, and other things that happened towards the end, I just didn't understand. I do like how this film wrapped up the monster story plot, but overall, it was just a big disappointment for me. Out of Darkness is a unique experience. It provides cinematography that is excellent, costume design that is brilliant, and a language that I have never seen in a film. However, this film has a story that makes certain decisions that I couldn't get behind. It's lackadaisical in regards to the horror survival genre, and the monster's reveal was disappointing. There's some great stuff in this movie, and there's also some bad stuff. So I'm going to give Out of Darkness a thumbs sideways. Here's my recommendation. Overall, I do recommend this film. For those who really enjoy horror survival films, this movie is definitely up your alley, but I don't think you should go to the movie theater and watch it. If this film becomes available on streaming, or if you can find other alternative ways, that's definitely the best way to watch it. I enjoyed my theater experience. I thought the audio really brought the experience to the screen, and the cinematography was just really good on the big screen. But I definitely think that if I watch it at home, I could have got the same experience as I did in the theater. But I do recommend this movie. This is a really great time, and so definitely check this movie out. There you have it. That's my review for Out of Darkness. If you've seen the film, let me know your opinions down below in the comments. If you also saw the film, let me know how many people were in your theater, because when I saw it, I was the only one there. If you have no idea what this movie even is, let me know what your favorite horror survival film is in the comments. That's going to do it for me on this video. If you liked it, make sure to click that like button and consider watching another video on my channel. And if you like the stuff that I do here, make sure you're subscribed. That way I can see you next time. Till then, be yourself, and I will see you next time. Peace.